Dearly beloved, we have come together in the presence of God to witness and bless the joining together of this man and this woman in holy matrimony. The union of husband and wife in heart, body, and mind is intended by God for their mutual joy, for the help and comfort given one another in prosperity and adversity, and when it is God's will, for the procreation of children and their nurture in the knowledge and love of the Lord. Therefore, marriage is not to be entered into unadvisedly or lightly, but reverently, deliberately, and in accordance with the purposes for which it was instituted by God. Into this holy union, Molly Annalee Way Gaynor and Mackenzie Spencer Boggs now come to be joined. Molly, will you have this man to be your husband, to live together in the covenant of marriage? Will you love him? Will you comfort him? Will you honor and keep him in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, be faithful to him as long as you both shall live?
I will.
Mick, will you have this woman to be your wife, to live together in the covenant of marriage? Will you love her, comfort her, honor and keep her in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, be faithful to her as long as you both shall live?
I will.
You are both fabulous, talented, driven, smart, gorgeous. You too, Mick, you're gorgeous. I've been giving some thought to how what makes a good marriage is like bouldering. You don't need a lot of supplies, but there are a few things you do need. You need the right shoes. They're tight. They're really tight, but they enable you to feel the rock, to grasp and hang on to difficult places. I hope that your marriage is never too tight or constricting, but that it's tight and snug, so you can be sensitive and feel deeply to make the next move. You have to have a chalk and a chalk bag, because chalk helps absorb the sweat when you're climbing. Chalk is dipping your marriage deeply into the ability to say, I am sorry quickly, and I love you often. You need a crash pad, a place for soft landing, because if you do fall, you need to be there for each other. A place where you can be totally yourself and you can fall back into each other. You have to give beta. One of you is always there for the other. For those who aren't climbers, that's giving support. That's telling the other person where the next good handhold is, because you can see it where you're standing, even though they can't see it on the wall. You give encouragement to stretch and be your best self, for yourselves, for each other, and for the world. And then you need boulders. Now there's a lot of people here who probably walk by boulders and don't even see them, and others who walk by and say, oh, I could never do that. But you two, I know, are people who say, oh, wow, we gotta climb that. We gotta do that. And we can do this. Let's just go have some fun. And so I pray that your whole life is one of climbing and making it better and enjoying one another. And the way to make your marriage good, to make it fabulous, is to give your best self, to stretch and risk and be strong and trust each other to have your back. And when you fall, because then you fall into each other and even more in love. And so now, let's get on with it. We are privileged to be your witnesses as you make your vows to each other and begin this new segment of your life's fabulous journey. You may kiss the bride.